الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وعن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إن في القرآن لسورة تشفع لقرائها ويغفر لمستمعيها ألا وهي سورة ياسين تدعى في التوراة المعمة. قيل يا رسول الله وما المعمة؟ قال: تعم صاحبها بخير الدنيا وتدفع عنه أهاويل الآخرة وتدعى الدافية والقاضية. Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala anha narrates this hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in which Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said that surely in Quran there is a surah which intercedes for all those people who recite this surah. وَيُغْفَرُ لِمُسْتَمِعِهَا, and all those people who will listen to Surah Yaseen, they will be forgiven as well. And in another hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah, Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, كانت له نور يوم القيامة, this hearing and reciting of Surah Yaseen or the whole Quran or part of the Holy Quran will become a means of nur, light in the day of judgment. In the day of judgment, the people will be in their natural form without any clothing. The day of Qiyamah will be in total darkness. People will be drowned according to their sins in their own sweat. This surah is called Mu'imma, means which expands its blessings. So whosoever will read this surah will protect its reciter on the day of judgment. This is why Imam Tirmidhi rahmatullahi alayhi has narrated this hadith before, that لَوَدِدْتُ أَنَّهَا فِي قَلْبِ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ فِي قَلْبِ كُلِّ عَبْدٍ مِّنْ أُمَّتِي أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام, that I wish that Surah Yaseen is in the heart of every mu'min of my ummah. In this narration from Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he goes further and says, تَدْفَعُ عَنْ صَاحِبِهَا كُلَّ سُوءٍ وَتَقْضِي لَهُ كُلَّ حَاجَةٍ, that this surah will take away, will eliminate all those bad things which are to happen to this person. This surah will eliminate and take away all those things which are bad, which are discomfortable to this person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the blessing of this surah, will take away from this person. اقرأوا على موتاكم فإن الله هون عليه. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that read Surah Yaseen to that person who is about to leave this world, because فإن الله هون عليه, Allah will make the kalma very easy to proclaim for this person, meaning that person will die with the iman inshallah. If you read Surah Yaseen near that person. This is why we should create this kind of people, these children who can read Surah Yaseen, instead of scratching their head and going for medicine and all this other stuff. Because the only medicine which will work at the time of death is Surah Yaseen. Because sakarat, the state of death, is such intense, such a hard time, that it is said that if a person is skinned alive, then chili powder is put on this person, how much comfort will he gain? It is said that the person on whom he is skinned alive, and chili powder, as you know, is something not very nice. If that is put on the body of that person, then it is intolerable. It is said it is 70 times more, 70 times more severe for that person in the time of death. This is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, Allahumma a'inni ala ghamaratil maut wa sakaratil maut. That, oh Allah, please help me at the time of death. Because this is a very hard time. Shaitan will come in the form of a person's mother and say, oh my son, please, you know this is Jesus Christ. He is the only means of salvation. And the son, when he sees his mother, who's not his mother, who's Shaitan, who's Iblis, if he goes toward that direction, my brothers, then can you understand what is going to happen to him? But it is said that if a person near him sitting who reads Surah Yaseen, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also protect him from Shaitan. Because of the blessing of the Surah Yaseen, Shaitan cannot come near this person. He's got no entry. So this is why we need to create such people. We need to memorize this surah ourselves. وَمَنْ قَرَأَهَا عَدَلَتْ لَهُ عِشْرِينَ حَجَّةً. And the person who will read Surah Yaseen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the reward of performing 20 Hajj. This is a Sahih Hadith narrated by Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And one of the most authentic books of Tafseer is Tafseerul Qurtubi. As you know, Qurtubi is the name of Imam Qurtubi rahmatullahi alayhi, who wrote this book, Tafseerul Qurtubi. Qurtubi is the name of a place called Qurtuba, and in English is called Cordoba. The Qurtuba is in Spain. Once upon a time, Spain was the center for Islamic knowledge. Those books in Islamic libraries, they were thrown in the sea. And those days, the books were written with ink. It is said that when those books were thrown from the Islamic libraries into the seas, the color of the water changed to black. So Spain was once upon a time the main Islamic center for knowledge. But anyhow, there are so many things which the Muslim scientists have left behind. The solar system, the solar power, this invention was done by the Muslims. In one masjid, underneath the wuzu khana, there was such a stone put there that in winter the water used to be warm and in summer the water used to be cold. Say subhanallah, this was invented by the Muslims. Alhamdulillah. And this is what we teach in our school, that the theory of gravity was discovered by Allama Iraqi 500 years before Isaac Newton's great-great-grandfather was even destined by Allah to come. This is what we teach in this school. We don't teach King Henry how many wives did he have and how many were executing or assassinated. We don't teach this rubbish. This is why we must know Islamic history. Anyhow, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that the person who will read Surah Yaseen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the reward of 20 Hajj. Can you just imagine that the person who just reads Surah Yaseen, he'll get the reward of 20 Hajj? And those 20 Hajj, Allama Qurtubi rahmatullahi alayhi says, are those Hajj which are accepted, maqboolatun, subhanallah. Those which are accepted by Allah. A person goes and does Hajj, Allah knows best if it's accepted or not, but we wish that Allah will accept it inshallah, because His mercy is endless. But what is the reward of accepted Hajj? Al-Hajjul Mabrur laysa lahu jaza'un illa al-Jannah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, the only reward for accepted Hajj is the entrance to Jannatul Firdaus. The doors are open and the person is just about to go and enter Jannah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq and ability to act upon what has been said and convey this message as well. We'll be having, until the time comes back, we'll be having very concise and comprehensive and very short abbreviated tafsir, because we don't want you to be bored and run away and me left by myself. So I hope you will remain inshallah until the end of Ramadan and after Ramadan for the future days to come. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله تعالى على حبيبه خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.